As you can see, I've done nothing on the wall. Still got a few rocks sitting here. It's for a week or so until I take the trash out. Little pine snag. Welcome to another episode of Salty Country. As you can see, I've done nothing on the wall. Still got a few rocks sitting here. I'm going to get the excavator out and do a little bit of cleanup. But I'll explain during this episode kind of what I'm up against with the Bobcat right now. Um, Sometimes it seems like when it rains, it pours. So anyway, we'll get the Bobcat figured out. But stick around. We're going to get the excavator out here and do a little bit of cleanup. Do a little bit of cleanup and make sure the excavator is good to go since we got it out of the shop. I could have bush hogged this year, but I didn't stay on top of it. So I wasn't sure what I left in here. So I didn't want to get in here with a bush hog. And run over something. So I got a burn pile tucked back in here. I will push this stuff back. I had a post auger back in here somewhere that I need to make sure where it's at before I get the bush hog back in. Oh, I see it. Fortunately, I tucked it out of the way, so if I got in here, I probably wouldn't have got into it. But this tree right here that I'm about to take out is a flowering crabapple. They have thorns on them. They're an invasive species, in my opinion. Some people have them in their yard and they maintain them, but they spread like wildfire, so I don't care for them. The tree that I'm leaving right there, this tree right here, will probably eventually get taken out if I put the shed in, but I may dig it up and move it. It's a persimmon tree, has a fruit on it. But I'm going to kind of work my way down in here. And just push some of this overgrowth out of the way. Work my way down in here. I need to take this briar out. She'll end up getting me. Okay. Got it pushed out of the way. Yeah, I gotta get the first trailer tire changed out. I've got it sitting by the trailer. It's been unusually hot here for the past week. The humidity's starting to kind of climb up again, so it hasn't been too comfortable to get out here and do stuff. It's uncomfortably hot, but I can still get out here and do stuff. I just been busy at work and haven't elected to get out here. I'm sitting on some uneven ground here, going to rock. All right, let's ease down in here a little bit further. I got one of those flowering crab apples right here in front of me. If I can get it pushed around. Yep. See if I can reach over here and a little pine snag that has come up. It's a little bit too far to reach. Ease over and see if I can reposition. The excavator is good and clean since I got it back from Cat. They put it through the wash bay twice. Once before they repaired it, and then again after they repaired it to get out any hydraulic fluid. So last week I was talking to Melody and told her I wanted to get some Cat paint. A little snag wants to stay stuck in my teeth in my bucket. So anyway, this week I went to a local shop here that has well, a local store, I should say, not a shop. They take salvage items or burn items from stores or overstock. So I was in there looking around, and believe me, none of that stuff is organized the way it should be. This little pine snag is determined to stay stuck in my teeth. There we go. It finally come out. So I was in there walking around, and you got to in this store, you have to really take your time and just kind of look around. And I like to go over there on my lunch break, get out of the office, and just walk around and see what they have. I typically will purchase the grease for my equipment there. They get it in from some of these burn deals or overstock deals or whatever, wherever they get it from. $4 a tube for grease. So I typically go in there and look for grease, but I'd mentioned something to Melody about I wanted to touch up the paint on the excavator before I get it filthy again, which I do spray it off here and there, but it gets dusty out here. So I was in there on Friday and happened to walk up on an aisle and they had some international harvester and different color equipment paint. Got to looking through it, and sure enough, they had a gallon of Caterpillar yellow or orange or whatever Caterpillar calls their color. So I got it for probably a third of the price that I could purchase it anywhere else, especially from Caterpillar. It was probably a quarter of the price from them. So I'm going to do a little test on here and see how it looks. I'm probably going to do the counterweight, put some paint on it, and see how it looks. And if it looks fine, I may touch up more of the machine, but definitely not spraying this thing. My concern is just to keep the rust stop, prevent rust on it. So that's kind of my goal. I did get the other zero turn finally figured out. The Troy built Mustang 50 that I've had for years. I'm going to reposition the camera and then we'll continue. All right, these they're briar bushes, but they grow blackberries. So I kind of left them so that the berries would be available for us to eat and the birds and squirrels and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm going to do some touch up test spots on the excavator, get some of the paint, paint touched up, see how it looks, and then I may touch up more. Some of you may have noticed when I moved the excavator, the Bobcat wasn't around. Currently, the Bobcat is out on the front side of the property. On Tuesdays every week, I get the Bobcat out. It's about 100 yards from the house to the road. I get the Bobcat out and I take the trash out to the road. We have our cans that we leave on the road. And so I got out there, was putting the trash in the cans, and the Bobcat used to go dead when I had the key code where you punch in a code to start it. So I changed it over. I We talked about that in some past episodes, but I was out there putting the trash in the cans, and all of a sudden the Bobcat went dead, and it had not gone dead since I had the panel changed out. So it has a safety on it. I've got a small hydraulic leak, and I don't haven't been running the Bobcat a lot lately, so um, it sits for a week or so until I take the trash out. Well, it has a safety for the hydraulic fluid, and I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it when I went out there. Typically, before I get on it, this week I didn't check it. I will check it before I start it up and top it off. It's usually a quart or two, depending on how long it's been sitting. And got out there this week, and it went dead on me. And got out, or got over there and checked it once it went dead after I finished putting the trash in the can. And the hydraulic fluid was low, so it has a safety on it. If the hydraulic fluid gets low, it'll shut the machine down so you don't burn the pump up, which is a good thing. So I walked over the house, got the hydraulic fluid, went out there and added some in it. I think I added too much. So I started the machine up and was turning around and went dead again. So I checked the hydraulic fluid after I had moved it probably 10 feet. I backed up and kind of started spinning around in the driveway, and it looked like it was over full. So the thing will only run for about 5 seconds and it shuts down. So here I am sitting in the middle of the driveway. I would start it up, hit the unlock button, and move it a foot or two. Kept doing that for a little while. Got it up the hill about 10 yards, got it off the side of the driveway. So it's been sitting there. So I've got to figure out a way to drain down some of the hydraulic fluid because I just think I got it overfilled, and the safety is keeping it from staying running. But um, hopefully I get that figured out tomorrow where I can get some fluid drained out of it and get it back over here to the house so I can continue my project at the wall. I want to do that rock wall, and excuse me, I really need both pieces of equipment. So that's holding up my rock wall project. But that's going to be all for this episode. Just wanted to get out here and do a little bit of cleaning. Remember, if you like our content, subscribe, share it with your friends. Hopefully, I get the Bobcat back up. We're going to be sharing a decent amount of content with the Excavator and the Bobcat doing this rock wall project. But it's going to be all for this episode. See you on the next.